Well, obviously tonight is a great success story, but the whole association itself, tell us how it came about.
It came about, gosh, it's about 12 years ago, maybe even more. In fact, I was involved in bringing the tour operators together to Mount Juliet from our own point of view, and at that Jerry Dunworth and Michael Bowe and a few others got together and started the association, so I feel I've been involved from the start, which is great.
Congratulations on your win tonight for Steve Donnard. You must be delighted.
Absolutely delighted, and in fact very honoured to win this very prestigious award. And not a little surprised, because we're only halfway through a massive investment in the Steve Donnard Hotel. We really want to move it really into the top 2 or 3 in Ireland, and that would be going some, because Ireland itself is a wonderful destination for hotel visitors and hotel operators. Any measurement that you take out puts Royal County down right at the top of the heap.
I've been in the industry for quite a long time, and to get an award like this amongst our peers and from the feedback of the people who've played our golf course and gone back to the operators and said it's very, very special. It just tells you that you're doing something right.
Well, obviously Greg Norman is one of the legends of the game worldwide, but what was the inspiration behind getting him involved in this course?
Well, Greg, he was twice British Open champion, and he wanted to design a links golf course in Ireland, and Landmark Development hooked him up with the deal in Tumbag, which I was very fortunate. I knew Greg. I was actually the golf professional at his club in Florida, as it turned out. And when Greg called me and said, I'm doing a golf course in Ireland, I think, it was automatic that, I knew the guy, I knew his passion, I knew what he would do would be correct. I knew he had a vision, and actually, in fairness, he made 23 different visits to Doonbeg before he opened the golf course. So that's unique in a designer's point of view.
Pádraig, tonight you've been acknowledged as the man who single-handedly brought the Ryder Cup to Ireland. How does that acknowledgement now feel?
Oh, well, very good, because, I don't say single-handed, but I was eventually the person who had to negotiate the terms on which we would get it, and I was very lucky that I was able, apart from Mr McCreevy as Minister of Finance supporting the project, I also was able to get 3 Irish companies to support it as well: Waterford Crystal, AIB, Aer Lingus, and then when Aer Lingus dropped out, we got Bord Bia.
In 1987, Pádraig, you got involved in tourism and Tourism Ireland as a brand. At the time, Ireland was one of the poorest countries in Europe. What was the main plan of action to change that, and how important was golf?
Well, golf was a part of targeted marketing. We decided that at that time that we had to have targeted marketing. Countries like Spain only need to show the sun and people will come. We had to tell people what they would get in Ireland: hill walking, fishing, golf, etc. These are the activities we had. It's no use telling people to come and lie for 2 weeks on the strand in Youghal. That's not going to bring people. We realised that after the Ryder Cup we have to have similar events of the same quality, though nothing exceeds the Ryder Cup, but we want to move up the grade in terms of the events the tournaments that we will have here, and there are already some proposals being considered.
Ozzy Kilkenny, Chairperson of the Irish Sports Council, congratulations on this great event.
I think it's a fantastic achievement for the sponsors, for the Golfing Union of Ireland, to have this very progressive movement which we've had now for 7 years, which is part of our high performance strategy, and which we really believe is at the highest level the way forward for all our young golfers.
You must get a great kick when you see golfers actually qualify from this process and do well on tour.
Well, when it started with people like Pádraig Harkin, who's in the top rank, and you see Peter Lowry, you see Gary Murphy, you see Damien McGrain, who are now on the European tour, and there are people coming up to challenge them. With the resources, the €270,000 that's going in now, which in truth is as good as we can do today, but we have to improve upon. This is the way we have to go. We have to go forward with golf.
It's a terrific opportunity now for us players, to get this money and being able to do what we want to do this year. And without it, we couldn't even make a start. Now it's terrific. Yeah.
Well, it seems to be a very expensive proceeding to actually go on tour.
It is, yeah. Of course, it depends on what tour you're playing on, you know, but travelling is a big expense. I'm going to Kenya next week now, and you know, flights alone are €800, and then you've got accommodation and car hire and whatnot. So, you know, it is very expensive, and we do need outside help. You know, obviously it's great if we can win enough money, you know, and pay for it ourselves. But at this level that we're at now, we're just trying to get on that main tour, and we need help.
It's great to see so many young Irish golfers being sponsored in this way, and I think that it augurs well for the future of the sport in Ireland.
Absolutely, but it also seems to be a great collaboration between private and public sector.
Yes, I think the fact that the private sector has come in with the public sector in order to support our young golfers is really encouraging, and it means that the private sector sees the value of sponsoring people involved in golf. Golf is not just a sport, it's huge business as well. I mean, if you just think about it, a couple of years ago we were getting about 85,000 golfers coming into Ireland on holidays. Last year 200,000 people came specifically to Ireland to golf. That's no surprise, because Ireland was voted by tour operators as a top golfing destination in the world, and of course in addition to that we've got more than 400 golf courses affiliated, and 1/3 of the championship links courses in the world.
Peter, so are you happy with your grant you were awarded here tonight?
Absolutely, yeah. To get 7,000 from the Team Ireland Golf Trust this year is amazing. As last year I got 1,500 for the Euro Pro Tour qualifying school, but obviously because this year I've kept my card on that tour, I've been awarded a much bigger grant, and that'll go a long way to help me this year, absolutely.
And do you find it's very expensive to actually set out your career on tour?
Generally costs about €1,000 a week with flights and accommodation and entry fees. The Euro Pro Tour is quite expensive as a tour because there's quite a big entry fee of about €440 just to participate in the event, whereas the Challenge Tour, which is above it, which we're trying to get to, has quite a small fee. It's only €40, so there's a big difference and a lot of money you can save by getting to the Challenge Tour.
Some of Ireland's up-and-coming stars have already reaped the benefit of this support.
Kazakhstan was a fantastic win for me. I was having, you know, a steady season, but I wasn't really hitting the heights. And I went to that event, you know, not really expecting too much, because I had just been to my coach in Florida the week before. Normally I don't play too well just after being to my coach. I have to work through a few things, and it all just clicked together, and I hold a few putts, and I won the event. So it was massive, and it was particularly to win like the first event in Kazakhstan, and it will be a big golfing country as the years go on. They have a lot of money, and they want to put a lot of it into golf to attract people to Kazakhstan. It is a nice place to go, and I certainly enjoyed it.
You've been progressing very nicely since you turned pro. What do you think is your proudest moment so far?
I suppose my performance in the Irish Open last year, where I was lucky enough to get an invite through the Team Ireland Golf Trust. And that was probably the highlight of my career to date, and hopefully I'll go on to many more in the future.
And have you set a few goals for yourself this year?
Yeah, I suppose my main goal is to secure my European Tour card and hopefully win the Challenge Tour rankings. I suppose that would be my ultimate goal.